Hey, I'm India Buford, and this is the Monarchists Basketball Show.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Pride of ODU, the official NIL collective of Old Dominion Athletics. Be a monarchist. Join the Pride. All right, we're here with Simone Cunningham. Great opportunity to sit down and talk to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. We just got off Christmas break. I had a good Christmas, so I'm happy to be back.
All right, so we've talked in the past. We learned how much you try to model your game after Dennis Rodman and obviously your hairstyle. So, how old were you when you first learned of Dennis Rodman and it kind of clicked for you, like, that's the player I want to be?
I would say I was about 13. My dad always watched basketball and everything, and I don't know how I necessarily came across him. I know when I was trying out for my middle school basketball team, my coach was just like, I just want you to rebound. And so, I started looking up like good rebounders, and Dennis Rodman popped up, and I just took to him.
Yeah, that effort and tenacity he brought to the game was just different.
Yeah, I was like, and even, I know a lot of people don't think about him like off the court, but I just like that he was a free spirit. Like, don't get me wrong, he was a bad boy, he did all this other stuff, but honestly, he just did whatever he wanted to, and he didn't care about what anybody else had to say about it. So that's what like took me to him too.
All right, and then coming off of that, are there players now in the league or in the WNBA that you look at and go, I want to play like that too?
I'm not gonna necessarily say that I want to play like them, but some people that I am really infatuated with that game is I do like Angel Reese. I know a lot of people give her a bad rep, but I like Angel Reese, and I also like Aja Wilson.
Awesome.
All right, so sticking with the Rodman theme, one of his personality traits was his hair. Like, you always have something interesting going on with yours. Can you tell us your latest style and what the inspiration was behind that?
Yeah, so it's purple flowers and just a pink background. A friend of mine, her grandmother, her birthday is after Christmas, and she was like, I watch her on TV all the time, and she was like, I wish she would do something purple. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll do some purple flowers for Miss Barbara. So that's who I did it for.
All right, and then building off of that, Dennis Rodman tattoos. Do you have a favorite tattoo?
I don't know that I do, because as far as his tattoo choices go, he has a lot of different.
Well, for
different
your
ones.
personal tattoos.
Oh,
Do you
my
have a
favorite tattoo?
Yeah.
Honestly, out of the ones that I do have, it would be my koi fish, because I got it with my best friend Rachel, and so anytime that I look at it, it just reminds me of the happy times that I had with her.
You started your career at Shelton State Community College. You contributed to a 60-6 record during those 2 years there. How did your experiences at Shelton prepare you for success at Old Dominion and help this team?
JUCO was hard. Giving praise to Coach Madonna Thompson. She did a good job of just making sure that like we understood that if we got to the next level and we got to play on the D1 level, how she just always said that she was exhausted when she played at Alabama. And she was like, don't get me wrong, she was like, I woke up blessed and wanted to be there every single day. And she was like, and I got through it. She was like, but it's a grind. And I mean, it is. It's something that you gotta want to do every single day. But being at JUCO really taught me a lot of important lessons of just like being devoted, being able to push through, and trying to handle hard better. So.
All right, so you went from JUCO to Old Dominion. What were your other opportunities coming out of JUCO?
A lot of teams in the Sun Belt, so Troy, ULM. So I was like teams within the Sun Belt, so that's who I was getting recruited by.
So what was the deciding factor for you, considering they're all in the same league? They all have their different positives about them. What was the deciding factor for you to pick Old Dominion?
I really like the culture, and Coach D, it's something about her personality and who she is as a person. Don't get me wrong, her track record speaks for itself. I mean, you can look that up, and that's already the first thing. But after talking to her, she's such a down-to-earth person that it draws you to her, and it just makes you want to learn more about her and be up under her and learn as much as you can. And then the rest of the coaching staff, they have their records. Coach Josh, my first year, it was Coach Simone, Coach Bell, and Coach Rowe. All of them have great track records that really show that her staff knows what they're talking about.
I love that you just mentioned corporate culture. This team this year has a lot of new faces on it. Right. As a veteran player for Coach Milton-Jones, what's your role in helping build that corporate culture, or not corporate culture, team culture? I'm thinking of work.
She talked about that with us, the 4 returners, me, Michaela Brown, India Buford, and Brenda Fontana. Before we got back, and it was just us at late postseason, she was just really talking to us about how she really wanted to change the culture here coming into the next season, and how she wanted to tweak some things and just make it all for the better. And so we tried to do our best in terms of like having more team meetings, making sure that we were really being our sister's keeper, because that's something that we say to each other. So making sure that the culture was very welcoming for the new group that came in, and all the different experiences that we experienced, we didn't want them to experience the same thing, so we tried to make it better.
All right, so I know it's still early in the season, but does this team have an identity yet? And if so, what is it?
I think it shifted a little bit, but I think our identity is it's still defense, but I think we also have some offensive power within us. I think we're just some dogs. We have a extreme amount of talent on this team, and I think anybody can go get a bucket. Anybody can get the job done.
All right, so coaching is different depending upon where you go. What's different about Old Dominion, the coaching that you get here that you've experienced other places?
First, I would talk about the personal level that you have with the personal connection that you have with the coaches. I haven't had a personal relationship with one of my coaches probably since like middle school. There's nothing towards any program that I came from or nothing like that. But it's just like on an extreme level like that, the one that I have with Coach D. I haven't been that close with the coach since middle school. So the way that she just is always there for us in any way, I'm talking about, she'll put stuff to the side to make sure that we're okay. I love that about her. So that's one thing. And then secondly, on the court, it's so crazy because sometimes when I first got here, the way that she would talk, I wouldn't necessarily understand why I was doing something. And so I think when I questioned her, she thought it was like me being a smart tail, but it wasn't. When I explained that to her, I was like, I'm confused because I don't know why I'm doing this. I was like, it's not that I don't want to do what you're telling me, I just don't understand why I'm doing it. And she the type of coach, she sat down with me and was like, this is why you're doing it. So now, when I get to the next practice, I understand why I'm doing things, so I don't have to question it anymore. And, most coaches wouldn't do that. They would just be like, just do it because I told you to do it. And so you're doing something, but you're doing it blindly. You don't really have an understanding for it, so you're not really learning the game as you're going. But I think since I've been here, and the way that they explain things and everything, I've actually been able to learn the game. So.
All right, so you mentioned Coach Delisha and how she walked you through everything. We asked her before we started, what's the one thing you want to hear from the players in this interview? And she said, to ask them to give their best impression of Coach D.
She did. This is not a trick question.
Oh, I'm trying to think of a specific moment in my head. I want to do one when she's mad or when she's happy. Okay, when we get to the point where we're messing up, she has 4 stages. So the first one, she just has her board, and she's just looking. And then stage 2, she gets on the wall. She still has her board. Stage 3, her legs up. At the point of her legs up, the returners are trying to warn everybody, like, we're about to run. When she gets here and the board is on the ground, it's over with. So that's probably the funniest thing to me. It's not funny. My bad. It's not funny, but that's something that I'll be like, oh man, we're finna run. But as far as impressions go, like her saying something, she says so much. She's just so funny, honestly. Oh, I like when she's talking about us traveling, and she'd be like, you crip walking all over the place. She does a little crip walk. That's funny.
Next practice, I'm going to be watching for that foot to go up.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us something about one of your teammates that Old Dominion fans probably wouldn't know.
About one of my teammates, Nisa. I love Nisa Down. Oh my gosh, the little freshman. Nisa is very artistic, and Nisa is actually really funny. It takes her a minute to warm up to people. I think when she first got here, she was like really nervous or shy. So some people think that she doesn't talk much, but she doesn't shut up.
All right, so continuing on with the teammates thing, the bigs are all very different players on this team. You and Snacks.
The most diverse group of bigs I've ever seen,
Right.
honestly.
How does that kind of mesh in practice with going against different players every day, and how does that make you get better?
It's actually really helpful when we get towards the game because with me saying that this is the most diverse group of bigs I've ever seen, playing other teams, you might have one or two bigs that could pop out of 6. And so then it's like, oh, well, she plays like Snacks. I deal with Snacks every day. And she's not even as good as Snacks, or she's not as strong as Snacks. So it's like I'm already prepared for the game. Oh, this girl pops like Brenda or Cam, and it's like I've already prepared for this at practice. So we get to the game and it's almost simple. So it's nothing to overthink about the situation. But we push each other every single day in practice, and so I think that's the best thing.
All right, we're going to ask you a handful of fun questions, and we'll get back to basketball.
Okay.
Don't think too much, just what comes out first.
All right.
Favorite pregame meal?
Ooh. What time is the game? Is it a late game or early game?
Give us both.
Okay, early game, we gotta have pancakes. Late game, chicken Alfredo.
That is so common.
Carbs. Need carbs for a game.
I mean, I think the men's player, that's the most common one we've heard as well.
Yeah, I think it's up to the person and how their stomach is.
Yeah.
I'm a very late eater before I do activity because my stomach isn't great.
I mean, we eat 4 hours before the game, so even if I eat heavy, by the time the game starts, it's gone.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair. All right, we asked you about this before we started. Favorite pregame song?
Corn, Y'all Want a Single. I need that on my playlist.
Favorite thing to do in your free time?
Draw or watch anime.
Anime. So, how old were you when you got into anime?
My dad was very educational, so I didn't get to watch a lot of TV, but on Saturdays, I could watch the Saturday cartoons. And my dad liked Dragon Ball, so I was always watching Dragon Ball with him, so it's early as like 4 or 5.
All right, if you weren't on the Hoop Squad, what other Monarch team would you be lacing it up for?
What other team?
Yeah, what
What?
other team on campus? If you weren't playing basketball, what team would
volleyball,
you be
hands
on?
down.
Okay.
Yeah, I played volleyball in high school. I played for the volleyball team. I like volleyball.
Okay.
All right. So, we've seen your tenacity in action, and we're big fans of it. If you had to pick your favorite move, which one would it be?
I like tipping, so just off a rebound, doing a tip. But if I had to like get a pass and do a move, I would say dribble to the middle and spin back. It's probably what I hit the most.
All right. So, I want to ask a follow-up to that. So, we're all kids playing in the driveway, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one thing in your head, you're like, all right, 3, 2, 1. What was that play when you're in the driveway?
I wasn't a good shooter, so I would throw the ball at the backboard and go tip it.
I love the honesty.
All right. Life after hoops.
Life after
So-
hoops.
What are you majoring in, and where do you see yourself after the ball stops bouncing?
I'm majoring in criminal justice with a minor in psychology, and afterwards, I would hope to get into a grad program that would help me further do something with psychology with student athletes. But if not, if I just had to go directly into the work field, then I would try to find something where helping juvenile delinquents.
That is a very giving career path if you go down that route, and that's very cool. All right. So, what is your top personal goal and team goal for this year, and what will it take for you guys to get there?
Top personal goal, Still being the leading rebounder on the team. And then to increase my free throw percentage because it's not the best. I just want it to be higher than what it's been my entire collegiate career. So I just want my last year to be my best year. And then as a team, I mean, obviously we're looking for a championship. But this year I think we're really focused on winning it the right way. I know a lot of people have looked at the games that we've lost and they're like, oh, well, y'all played big teams, or like ECU game, I think that was a game that we should have won. But coming in here, watching film after the games, our coaching staff has been very meticulous about the mistakes that we're making. And I think each game we're getting better in terms of how we're playing the game. So I think winning the championship, we're winning it the correct way.
All right, Simone, we appreciate all your time. What's your message for Monarch Nation?
What's my message for Monarch Nation? I think y'all are doing a great job of supporting the team. Continue to do that. Continue to give us love, and we got y'all.
Thanks again. Go
Thank
Monarchs.
you. Go Monarchs.